If you've been following along on the Blue Planet Science series, you'll know that the work of conservation is made up of scientists using a range of tools. You've heard about demographics, modeling, animal behavior, genetics, medicine, social science. All of these branches have the capacity to contribute positive and progressive approaches in conservation. This month, we're going to tell you about the science of conservation physiology, which is regarded as one of the more emerging, recently conceptualized disciplines, helping to solve ocean problems. Hi everyone, welcome and thanks for tuning in. My name is Dr. Liz Burgess and I'm a research scientist and chair of the Wildlife and Ocean Health program here at the Anderson Cabot Center for Ocean Life. In a nutshell, I study hormones of marine wildlife. My job is to make sure that we know enough about an animal's health and reproduction and their physiological responses to be able to protect them and conserve them. I joined the aquarium over 8 years ago when I moved from Australia to join this top-notch team. And I work very closely with my wonderful workmate, Katie Graham.
Hi, my name is Katie Graham. I'm an assistant scientist in the Wildlife and Ocean Health program. I've been at the aquarium over 5 years, and I work alongside Dr. Liz on our small but mighty team studying hormones in marine wildlife. Not all marine science happens out on the water, so most of the time you'll find me here in our behind-the-scenes research lab, where we use a variety of samples and techniques to understand different aspects of animal health and physiology, both from animals in the wild as well as animals here under our care at the aquarium.
When we think of conservation, we don't often think on a microscopic or invisible level. But hormones are these powerful messenger molecules. You might be familiar with hormones from your own health. And many of the hormones found in your body are the same types of hormones that we look for in marine wildlife. Hormones are important to study because they control many of the vital biological processes that are of conservation concern, namely reproduction and stress responses. It's important to know when animals are reproducing, how many animals are in breeding condition, to diagnose pregnancy, and to make sure that there's a new generation helping the population to grow. Hormones can also tell us if and when a disturbance is measurably affecting individuals and their populations, and it can serve as an early warning indicator. In essence, we want to know not just that animals are surviving, but also thriving.
A major challenge in assessing ocean wildlife in this manner is that sample types that are traditionally used for hormone analysis, such as blood, are logistically impossible to collect from a large free-swimming animal, especially a patient like a whale that can weigh up to 50 tons. However, hormones are also deposited in various body tissues or are eventually eliminated from the body via various pathways. So using these alternative samples offers us enormously valuable opportunities for understanding animal health.
Our program launched in 1999 when the very first poop sample from a North Atlantic right whale was scooped off the water and frozen for hormone analysis. This kick-started a groundbreaking and long-term research program on the conservation physiology of large whales. It started because we knew we needed to know more about reproductive failures, to identify early warning signs of stress, and to monitor and predict how these whales were responding to a changing ocean. Our work with the North Atlantic right whale is a signature part of the Wildlife and Ocean Health program. It has now been over 2 decades of whale poop scooping, which has led to an archive being built of more than 400 samples. And this immense collection is actually located on the top floor of the aquarium behind the scenes.
A key aspect of our program is finding novel ways to collect samples from difficult to study seafaring creatures. Another aspect is our lab skills, which we use to develop ways to reliably measure hormones and other biomarkers in these non-traditional and unusual sample types. We have looked for hormones in bright orange whale feces, clouds of expulsive whale breath or blow, in the fatty tissue of whale blubber, and even in the longest hair bristles in the animal kingdom, whale baleen.
In 20 years, we have expanded our research to numerous endangered species and threatened populations, including bowheads, humpbacks, sperm whales, leatherback sea turtles, loggerhead and Kemp's Ridley sea turtles, northern fur seals, Florida manatees, and even the most elusive species on the planet, beaked whales. And all of this has been in partnership with other scientists, other organizations, and with government. If you look back through the Blue Planet Science series, you'll see hints of our work integrated with the other research programs here at the aquarium. This series on wildlife and ocean health is going to take you on a biological journey of the diverse and somewhat quirky specimens that come through our research lab, and which can offer us a window into the health of ocean wildlife. So stay tuned and we'll see you next week. Bye.